Welcome to Berlin, a city where history meets hipster, where palaces and Cold War relics stand beside graffiti-covered clubs, street art, and cutting-edge culture. From the Prussian kings to punk rockers, from war to reunification, Berlin has seen it all and wears its story in every stone, street, and skyline. In this video, we'll show you what we saw and where we went on our adventure through Berlin. You'll see some top places to see and stories to know and the moments to feel in Germany's bold, buzzing capital. This is Berlin, raw, rebellious, and unforgettable. So let's dive in. For international travels, we like to book a hop-on, hop-off bus. They provide you an easy and quick way to get a lay of the land. You learn some facts and history, and it provides you transportation to and from major attractions without paying extra on taxis, ride shares, or public transportation. We highly recommend booking a hop-on, hop-off bus for your first day in a new city. First stop is the Topographie of Terror. It's a powerful and sobering historical site and documentation center located in Berlin. It stands on the grounds that once housed the headquarters of the Gestapo, the SS, and the Reich Security Main Office during the Nazi regime from 1933 to 1945. Along the preserved Berlin Wall segment, an outdoor exhibit shows chilling photographs and texts documenting Nazi crimes, persecution, and the machinery of terror. A permanent exhibition provides in-depth information about the institutions of terror, the crimes committed across Europe, the rise of the Nazi regime, and the fate of victims and resistance efforts. The next place to visit is Checkpoint Charlie, and it's only a 5-minute walk away from here. Throughout the city, you'll see some whimsical sculptures and old trabants in different shapes and forms. Checkpoint Charlie is one of the most iconic and symbolic sites of the Cold War era in Berlin. It's the most famous border crossing point between East Berlin, controlled by the Soviet Union, and West Berlin, controlled by the United States during the Cold War. It was established in 1961, shortly after the construction of the Berlin Wall. Only a few blocks away is the Deutscher Dom, or German Cathedral. It's a striking historical building located on Gendarmen Market, one of the most beautiful squares in Berlin. Despite its name, it's not a church in the traditional sense today. It's a museum of democracy and German parliamentary history. We head back on the bus and head to Alexanderplatz, where the Berlin TV Tower is. The Berlin TV Tower was built by the German Democratic Republic, East Germany, to showcase the power and technology advancement of the socialist state. It was completed in 1969, just before East Germany's 20th anniversary, and it symbolized East Berlin and stood in contrast to the West's architecture and political system. The bear is the official symbol of Berlin, and it's deeply tied to the city's history, identity, and heraldry. Since 2001, you'll see dozens of painted bear sculptures across Berlin. These are called Buddy Bears, originally launched as a public art project to promote tolerance, peace, and international understanding. Each Buddy Bear is painted by a different artist, often representing different countries or themes. About a half-mile away from the Berlin TV Tower is Berlin's Museum Island. It's one of the most remarkable cultural sites in the world. A UNESCO World Heritage Site, it's packed with world-class museums and architectural landmarks. One of the institutions on Museum Island is Berliner Dom, or Berlin Cathedral. It's Berlin's largest Protestant church and one of the city's most impressive landmarks. It was built between 1894 and 1905 during the reign of Kaiser Wilhelm II. Across the street from the Berliner Dom is the Altes Museum, or Old Museum. It was built in 1830. It was the first public museum in Prussia and one of the first in the world. One of the founding institutions of the concept of the museum for everyone. It's got a stunning neoclassical facade with 18 Ionic columns inspired by Greek temples and a dramatic rotunda inside, modeled after the Pantheon in Rome. After the Altes Museum, we walk down Unter den Linden, a main thoroughfare from Museum Island straight into Brandenburg Gate. And just before you reach the Brandenburg Gate, on the left is the Embassy of the United States of America in Berlin. On September 17, 2023, climate activists from the group Last Generation sprayed orange paint on all 6 columns of the Brandenburg Gate using fire extinguishers filled with paint. This act was intended to urge the government to end the use of fossil fuels by 2030 and implement immediate measures to combat climate change. The cleanup process proved to be more extensive and costly than initially anticipated. The paint penetrated deeper into the sandstone than expected, necessitating advanced cleaning techniques, including the potential use of laser technology. And this is what we saw in early October when we arrived. The Brandenburg Gate is not just one of Berlin's most famous landmarks, it's one of Europe's most powerful symbols of unity, peace, and history. It's located in Potsdamer Platz and was built from 1788 to 1791. Commissioned by King Friedrich William II of Prussia, it was originally intended to be a symbol of peace. It's modeled after the gateway to the Acropolis in Athens, giving it its monumental classical look. Atop the gate is the quadriga, a chariot drawn by 4 horses, driven by Victoria, the Roman goddess of victory. Next up is the Berlin Victory Column, another one of Berlin's iconic and majestic monuments. Towering over the Tiergarten, it's both a historical symbol of military success and a popular tourist spot offering stunning panoramic views of the city. It was originally built to commemorate Prussia's victory over Denmark in 1864, and it was inaugurated in 1873 after the foundation of the German Empire. A small fee is charged to climb to the observation deck. The highest one is accessed by climbing 270 spiral steps. It offers 360-degree views of Berlin, including Tiergarten, Brandenburg Gate, Reichstag, and even Berlin TV Tower on clear days. The hop-on, hop-off bus continued around the city, and the next stop is the Berlin Zoo. It's not only a major tourist attraction, it's also one of the most diverse, oldest, and the most famous zoos in the world. It opened in 1844, and it was the first zoo in Germany, and is one of the oldest zoos in the world. It holds a world record for the most animal species in a single zoo, approximating about 20,000 animals from 1,000 species. It also has one of the best aquariums in Europe. It opened in 1913. Potsdamer Platz is one of Berlin's most dynamic and historically rich public squares, where old meets new and where you can literally stand at the crossroads of Berlin's past, present, and future. A few hundred feet from Potsdamer Platz is Legoland Discovery Center Berlin, and outside is this cool giraffe made entirely of Legos. Here's another buddy bear right outside of our hotel. Day 2, we hop on public transportation to head over to the East Side Gallery. It's one of Berlin's most unique and powerful landmarks, a vibrant open-air gallery painted on the surviving section of the Berlin Wall. It's about 1.3 kilometers or 0.8 miles long. Since 1990, over 100 artists from over 20 countries have painted on it, and it's a protected historical monument since 1991. Next up is the Memorial to the Murdered Jews of Europe. It's one of Berlin's most profound and moving landmarks. It serves as Germany's central Holocaust memorial, commemorating the 6 million Jewish victims of the Nazi genocide during World War II. After Cecilia completed the Berlin Marathon on the way back to the hotel, we found another buddy bear. On the next day, we took a tour group over to Sachsenhausen concentration camp. The Sachsenhausen concentration camp is a former Nazi concentration camp located just outside of Berlin in Oranienburg, north of the city center. Today it serves as a memorial and a museum to educate visitors about the atrocities committed there and to honor the memory of the victims. Walking along the Spree River in Berlin offers some of the city's most scenic, peaceful, and historically rich routes. Whether you're up for a relaxing riverside stroll, an urban photo walk, or a full-day itinerary through iconic landmarks, there's a riverside path for you. Today's walk took us over to our Spree River boat cruise. A boat cruise is a cool thing to do, and you can see a lot of the different attractions, including the Bodie Museum and the Pergamon Museum. As we continue to walk around Berlin, we come across many statues and monuments. This one is the Alexander von Humboldt Monument and honors one of Germany's most celebrated scientists, explorers, and thinkers. Another iconic and historic statue in Berlin is the Equestrian statue of King Friedrich II of Prussia, also known as the Friedrich the Great Monument. It honors Frederick the Great, the influential king of Prussia known for his military success, enlightened absolutism, and transformation of Prussia into a European power. We really love seeing all these colorful and whimsical buddy bears throughout the city. A visit to Berlin or Germany is not complete unless you've gone to a Biergarten. Here we are at Hofbräu München for some beer and German food and German vibe. On day 4, we took public transportation over to Charlottenburg Palace. The Charlottenburg Palace is the largest and most magnificent palace in Berlin. It's a stunning example of Baroque and Rococo architecture. Originally built as a summer retreat for Queen Sophie Charlotte, it has grown into one of Berlin's top historical attractions, offering a glimpse into Prussian royal life. Construction began in 1695, originally called Lustschloss Lietzenburg for Sophie Charlotte, wife of Friedrich III. After her death in 1705, it was renamed Charlottenburg in her honor. Successive Prussian kings expanded and renovated the palace, especially Frederick the Great and Frederick William II. So there you have it, from Cold War era reminders, museums, and monuments, from buddy bears to palaces, there's a ton of things to see and do in Berlin. We only scratched the surface, and we hope you discover even more when you get to Berlin. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoy our other travel videos. We'll catch you next time.